here's how to use Sammi solutions to add TTS to your streams. It's going to cost around $5.99 and you can have it done by redeem, so you can have it read all the messages in chat. To start off, we're downloading Sammi solutions. It's an amazing platform which works pretty much like a Steam Deck where you can edit all the buttons, and it has so many integrations, it's going to be very helpful. So just head to the website, I've linked it down below, go to download and download it. This plugin only works with OBS. If you're not using OBS already, I really recommend it. There's amazing plugins, uses less of your computer so that you can focus on having high quality streams without as much PC usage. Next up, you're going to need the TTS extension itself. So we'll get to installing Sammi and everything. Just make sure you download everything first because it makes it a lot easier. So this is TTS. It's by 𝙤𝙤𝙘𝙞𝙖. It's another plugin. It goes through how to do it, and there's multiple different types. So there's web TTS, which will work instantaneously. It doesn't have a wide variety of voices, but it also includes Poly TTS and Google TTS, which have a huge variety. Like I'm talking like 300 or so voices. So download this. You're gonna have to buy it. As I said, it's gonna cost $5, so $4.99 USD, and that's a once-off. It's not a subscription. Next up, you're going to need to install Sammi. You won't have all of these decks like I have, you will have just deck 1. This is where you're going to make your buttons, which is very much like a stream deck. So before you go into that one, what you can do is you go to Sammi Bridge and you can install an extension. You will also need to connect your Twitch, and then you will also need to connect a bridge and your OBS. So once you've connected your Twitch, connect your OBS, it will have some sensitive information. To actually connect it, you will need to go to OBS and enable webhooks. Welcome to the void. Anyways, to install it, you will need to go to Tools and Web Server Settings. So this is where you'll get all of your information. You can show connect info, and then you'll have your IP, your port, your server password, which is what you'll use to connect your OBS to your Sammi call. And then in Docs, you will have Bridge. Don't activate the bridge here, we can activate it elsewhere. Okay, to open up your bridge, which you will need open for every session, every stream that you're going to be using Sammi, you will need your bridge. So if you go to where Sammi is installed, there will be a folder called bridge. In there is an HTML called bridge. Now, I would recommend using a browser that you don't use for anything else, just to make sure there are no issues with sound. I use Microsoft Edge because there's no way I'm using that for anything else. Okay, so open up the bridge in whatever browser you're using. You will need to connect it, so you can just type in the IP address and port. Make sure everything is all connected. You'll want to see that it's green for both Sammi Call and all extensions are up to date. The only extension that you're going to have right now is currently TTS by 𝙤𝙤𝙘𝙞𝙀. Every time you go to stream and you want TTS, you will need to press the Activate TTS button. Christine already has 2 tutorials on the guide, which I've linked below as well. So if you want Poly TTS and Google TTS, I would recommend following these ones. When you're doing Google TTS, don't worry. The Google TTS is free as long as you follow all of the instructions. So Google has a bunch of APIs. Some of them cost money, some of them don't. TTS is one that doesn't, as long as you follow all of the steps. You guys can choose to enable Poly TTS or Google TTS if you want, or if you just want the basic web TTS is fine. Right click create button or double click. You can edit appearance, so just put whatever TTS. Now, you want to go edit trigger. On Twitch, if you've made your redeem, you can do this. If you haven't, go do that now, make the TTS redeem. You can go Twitch channel point redeem, or however you're doing it. So if you want to create someone, when someone subscribes, TTS is read out to thank them, however you want to do it. But Twitch channel point redemption, you can load from Twitch API as soon as you've added the redeem, and then just select TTS. Save. Now, whenever someone has redeemed TTS in your channel points, it will play whatever this button has written. You can just do trigger pull data. Have it read the Twitch channel point redemption message. We just type in this, and it's all good. And then what you do is TTS. If you've installed Google and Polyspeak, you can use those. We're just going to use Google WebSpeak for now because that's the basic one that most of you will have. Now, if you put the /$ this, it will read whatever the message is that they've put on TTS. So save. Okay. Now, if you go and redeem the TTS, it should work. If you're not hearing anything, make sure that you have your bridge open. Now, if you want a cute Mascot or something to actually be reading out the messages, you can add a mascot. So we have Pedro on our streams, this cute little bat here, and he will read out whatever's on the TTS. Now, if I run any sort of TTS,
hello from web,
he will read it out and he will actually talk. So this one is an OBS plugin. You can just download it, install it in OBS, and you will now have the option to, welcome back to the void, add down in OBS. You will have image reaction. This one will let you do TTS example. You will be able to put an image when silent, image when sound. Just like in feeddback, if you're a VTuber already or PNG tuber, you can just browse, add in your talking and your non-talking part. Then you'll select your audio source. So if you haven't already, you will need to add the audio to OBS. So application capture audio and capture your bridge browser. This is where the TTS will actually be read. Otherwise it will come through as desktop audio. This is important because if you want to mute desktop audio or have the TTS bot not reacting to desktop audio every time you shoot in Valorant or watch a YouTube video, you will need to have this. Now you'll have your TTS bot and it will be reacting to whatever is being said.
Hello from Google.
And there you go.
𝙁𝙤𝙤𝙚𝙖, we did it.
You can see what I do live over on Twitch. We stream every single week on multiple days. We do coding, we do gaming, we do horror, and we do shenanigans. My chat is taking me to court for starting a cult. I didn't, by the way. I would never.